I would like to talk about the Washington Wizards and what an absolute embarrassment, an absolute atrocity they are to not just the NBA, but to professional sports. Hi, I'm Andy from WagerTalk. The Wizards will take on the Lakers, and I was forced to watch the Wizards play last night, and I was truly stunned as to what I watched. The amount of incompetence that this team displayed last night was truly something to behold. So I did a deep dive. And I would like to tell you why the Lakers minus 8.5 is the play tonight. For the season, the Wizards somehow rank last in defensive rating and last in offensive rating. That's right. On both ends of the court, when two teams are playing, they are the worst. They have lost 15 games in a row by a combined 274 points. That's an average of 18 points per game that they have lost by. That's almost as if they played an extra quarter than the opposing team. These teams played a week ago. Washington scored 11 points in the fourth quarter. They lost by 23. Now they're on a back-to-back. They have had several back-to-back situations. I would like to read the results of the second legs of the back-to-back for the Washington Wizards. They lost to the Rockets by 15, then to the Knicks by 28, then to the Clippers by 25, then to the Grizzlies by 28. The 76ers beat them by 6. No Embiid, no Paul George, no Drummond, no problem. They lost to the Timberwolves by 14, and then to the Kings by 23. They lose the second leg of the back-to-backs by an average of 19.8 points per game. For the players in the league, individual players who have played half of the games this year, they have one player in the top 93 of players' points scored per game. The Celtics have 4, and one of them comes off the bench. The Celtics have more bench players in the top 93 in points scored per game than the Washington Wizards. And that is why the Lakers, even without Anthony Davis, is the pick at minus 8.5. All right, that's my breakdown on the Washington Wizards and the Lakers. Welcome, everyone. I'm Andy from WagerTalk, and that is a true story. I accidentally watched the entire game because I started watching the game last night, and I just watched the whole thing, and it was so laughable that I did a deep dive. We're going to break down the Hawks and the Cavaliers. That is the play for the Wizards and the Lakers. We talked yesterday about a 30-day pass, so let me tell you about our 30-day special that we have going on. What are you guys waiting for? It's discounted down to $6.63 per day. We were up 3.5 units yesterday. So if you got the 30-day pass, you've already paid it off, and now we're in the profit. So don't wait any longer. We are now on a 23-5 run the last 9 days. We hit a nice soccer and tennis cross-sport parlay, went 1-1 in NHL and 1-0 in NBA last night. So we're rolling in these sports. We're number one the last 2 years. And this is our bread and butter. This is the time of year where we do all our damage. Where college football is over, where we only have one NFL game, this is where we bring in a lot of these units. We've been doing this for years. We have a 5% UFC best bet that is up. We're number one in 2025 in MMA units. So you get that included along with all sports. We have a darts tournament that starts today. You're going to get all of our darts plays for the next 30 days, as well as all of our golf, NBA, NHL, Super Bowl props. Anything is included in this 30 days. It's discounted down to $6.63 per day. These are all plays that we bet with our own money. So anytime we put out a client play, we're betting it with our own money. So treat yourself. Do yourself a favor and get this 30 days. Let's build this bankroll up. We've been building our bankrolls up. I know you guys treat your bankrolls like a business. So do we. Let's build them up together. Grab that 30-day special, wt.buzz/AL. Let's take a look at the Hawks and the Cavaliers. This is a Hawks team that I just really liked to start the year, and one guy in particular that I was a big fan of was Jalen Johnson. And, man, what a bummer. He's out now, and they miss him dearly, and it really shows on both ends of the court. But to me, really on offense is where they are just struggling mightily. The last 3 games, they've scored 96 against the Rockets, 92 against Minnesota, and 94 against Toronto. Jalen Johnson was so good cutting the basket. He was a decent three-point shooter, but he just opened up the floor for everybody. And this has now resulted in 6 straight losses for Atlanta, and I fear that this season is getting away from them. Meanwhile, we talked about the Cavaliers yesterday, and are they, back after losing 3 in a row? Well, it sure does look like they're back. Confident 20-point win against the Miami Heat. So I'm looking at the Wager Talk live odds page. The spread is like 10 points. I don't think I'm ready to lay that. But this over under at 237.5 seems way too high for an Atlanta Hawks team that is struggling to score against good defensive teams. I mean, I'll read those numbers again. 96 points against Houston on Tuesday, 92 points at Minnesota on Monday, and 94 points against Toronto on Saturday. In their last 3 games, I mean, this is a very small sample size. Their offensive rating is 89.8. To put that in perspective, the last 3 games, the Wizards is 101.7. So Atlanta just in a really, really big slump. Darius Garland looks like he's going to be back tonight. He didn't play last night, so he's going to be well rested. Another play that I would look at in this game is Darius Garland over 2.5 made threes. Again, he's rested. Gone over in the last 5 games, 3, 3, 4, 4, and 3. And he's averaging 8.3 3-point attempts in those games. He's even better at home. He shoots 43% for threes from the season, but 48% at home. So you get an Atlanta team that it's just got to be, morale's got to be a little bit low here. They're not putting up points. You get a Cleveland team that's off a back-to-back. I think that it spells trouble for the over. So I'll gladly take the under on this 237.5. That's going to do it for us, guys. Leave a like button. Give me a comment. Actually, comment if you've had the pleasure of watching the Wizards play this year. I would love to know if anybody has watched the Wizards. I was watching the Wizards last night, and I couldn't believe there were people in the stands. I like the free tickets. No, thank you. I'm not going. So anyway, leave a comment, like, and subscribe to the channel. We got all kinds of preview videos coming out. Super Bowl prop videos galore. Bet on It is going to be out for the Super Bowl as well. And as always, Wager Talk today, Monday through Friday at noon. You can catch me there giving out more free picks. So good luck on your plays tonight, everyone, and we'll see everyone later.